Well, this is going to be a co-stream of the Kirby Air Riders Direct. So if you're watching this later, you're going to skip ahead by like 10 minutes. We're also going to be discussing today Arc Raiders. There was an interview that they did at TwitchCon, and I want to talk about what that means for the future of the game, what they're thinking, what they're signaling, and I think that'll be a really, really fun conversation. So a bit of a double header for you today, and then tomorrow we're basically going to be waiting for the big Halo news. So everybody is obviously memeing and joking already that Kirby Air Riders is going to be Game of the Year. And yes, I have seen the reports about, you know, Xbox and what Microsoft wants from them and how it's basically killing them, and it's likely going to lead to more studio closures and game cancellations, which is everything I've been warning people about for a couple of years now, that this would be the result of the ABK deal and all of this. So we're not going to talk about that today, right? Bloomberg's got a report out there. I was kind of expecting something like that eventually from Jason Schreier. But, you know, my video about how Microsoft killed Xbox, pretty prophetic. That was like middle of last year. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to think about and discuss, but we don't want to distract from what we have planned today with the Arc Raiders thing. I'm kind of tempted to kick the Arc Raiders stream to like next week or something, just like save it, and instead just kind of react to the Bloomberg situation, the Bloomberg article. But I don't know if I have the ability to do that. Is there a way to read that article, or is it behind a paywall? Are you wearing a SNTR shirt? Yeah, I am. I was going through my closet last night, and I was like, that's a great shirt. I think I'm wearing that shirt tomorrow. I just kind of felt like, you know what, I'm pulling that one out. Do you think that Blade or State of Decay are canceled? I think everything's in danger. You know, if I'm honest, I think everything is in danger, because at this point, if it's not going to make them a ton of money, if it's not going to be low cost, it's in danger. Microsoft is not looking at this the way that, you know, anybody else is looking at it. I said something in my video about, you know, the Xbox problem, and I thought it was just so on the money the way that I phrased it. And yeah, I'm giving myself a little bit of credit here. Let me go. No, I don't want chat over there. There we go. I said that they were chasing the consumer instead of building something with a really strong identity that would draw the consumer to them. And I think that just so concisely encapsulates the problem with Xbox, their loss of identity, the brand just not having anything central about it anymore. And that's because since the Xbox One, I feel like they've been chasing other customers. They have been chasing this idea that, like, we can get more customers, TV, right? And now they're chasing customers that don't really game, you know? They're like, you're not going to grow the industry, and you're not going to do this, and you're not going to do that. And it's like, I just think they're chasing customers with ideas as opposed to drawing customers with an identity. The article doesn't seem to be behind a paywall. Creature, what do you think? I kind of wonder. I think the Arc Raiders show is worth doing, but this thing just hit from Bloomberg. Do we kick this all the way to next week? Do we let it rumble? Do we just try to pivot to covering it after Kirby and just like read through the article and react and talk? I mean, I was watching my old videos and I'm like, man, oh man, you could just do a retrospective on my content and be like, look at what we frickin' said. Like, look at what we were talking about, you know, last year and the years leading up. I think Arc Raiders is not time sensitive, it's opinion. I agree. I think it's a good piece. I think I wrote something that I feel like is really solid. If you want to run heat, we run heat. I need a thumbnail then, and I need a description. I got nothing right now. I got nothing. Thank you so much, Joker Quinn, for the first gifted of the day. Hang on, let me go in here and reset YouTube, reset purple. There we go. Bumping us to 303. Hit him. What is this article? Bloomberg wrote an article that basically said, and this is something that Jez Corden had been trying to say for a while. Let me pause the thing that nobody likes. Guys, make sure and go crazy on the like button. This is a weird start for us. It's an early start. We don't typically cover stuff like this. We got like 30 minutes to see what I can cook up. Okay. Basically, Microsoft, there's a heavy amount of scrutiny now on Xbox from Microsoft. There is a heavy amount. And it's because of the ABK deal. And the CFO of Microsoft is basically like, we need really, really good margins on Xbox. Like absurd, like 30% or something. And basically, it's prophetic. Like my video where I said Microsoft killed Xbox is now very prophetic. I said, like, this is what's going to happen. Microsoft's going to walk in a room and they're not going to treat games the way that you want them to. They haven't been treating games the way you want them to. I mean, honestly, Siri, thank you so much for a renewal over there on Purple. Thanks for 7 months. Not that my opinion matters, but this seems like a culmination point. Go for the throat. And this is from a former Bleed Green guy. I appreciate that, Alex. I think I've earned the right. I really do think I've earned the right to, to do a little bit of a retrospective. That was the number one reason why to oppose the deal. Yeah, the biggest reason to oppose the deal was exactly what we always said would happen, which is that Microsoft would start to turn everything into a software strategy. Yeah, the title is Microsoft pushes Xbox division for higher profit margins. Nice spin, bro. The House of Cards is tumbling down. Xbox didn't buy ABK. They borrowed the money from Daddy Microsoft. I remember people bragging about Microsoft's deep pockets, and I remember saying, you better be careful, because when Daddy's funding your small business and he's wealthy, he also doesn't like money to be wasted. He's going to come knocking and be like, yo, what are you doing over here? Guys, go crazy on the like button. We're well off the topic of Kirby Air Riders Direct, so YouTube's not going to like that. So we probably should, we probably should try to talk about Kirby Air Riders. Unfortunately, they always do these directs super early in the day. Maybe I should have looked at the last time that we did this. This might have been a bad call. Let me go look. I feel like we did this before because they did it so early in the day. I forget what it was for, the last one. They did a Nintendo Direct. Yeah, we've gotten terrible results from Nintendo Directs. I should have went and looked. September we did one. It was not good. There was a Kirby Air Riders one that we did in August. It was not good. July we did one. It was not. The partner showcase, it was not good. All right, here we go.
どうも桜井正宏です。こんにちは。前回に引き続きカービィのエアライダーのご紹介です。ボリューム多すぎで2回に分けてしまいました。前回はゲームの概要、マシン操作、エアライド、シティトライアル、スタジアムなどを紹介しました。すでに盛りだくさんでもう大体紹介しちゃったんじゃないのなんて思われたかもしれないけど、その通りですね。まあそうかも。だけど出がらしにならないようテンポよくお伝えしていきたいと思います。ところで前回の配信で寄せられた感想の中に
Wait, is this actually an hour long? Do we have a time on this?
前作にあった上から見た1画面レースです。見下ろし画面で遊ぶ小さなゲームです。作るのが結構大ごとだし他の要素も多いのでなしでも許してくれるよね。 許されるとは
I just checked the description. I mean, it's in my own description. This is going to be roughly 60 minutes. Good lord. I didn't know.
上から見たから上ライド。とにかくプレイしてみましょう。上ライド紹介していきたいと思います。マシンライダーセレクトも紹介していきます。こういう風にマシンとライダーを個別に選ぶことができ
This guy says you're always so doom and gloom about Xbox, but the reality is the general consumer doesn't care. Only people constantly online care. Yeah, they don't care, and yet that's why Xbox sales of their hardware are down really bad. And I think the public will care about games like Perfect Dark and others that were advertised and are now canceled. But sure, keep telling yourself that the general consumer doesn't care.
ライダーやマシンとかはランダム切り替えも、個別に選ぶこともできます。ではこれでいってみましょう。上から見てるんですね。スターティンググリッド。じゃあいきます。この一番下にいるカービィがマイキャラです。ルールは一緒です。クイックスピンもありますし、いろいろなチャージによるドリフト、そういうものも基本的に変わらないです。
So, okay, I'm gonna do a little narration here. This guy just wants to show off how good he is at his game. I think this is a little self-indulgent. I mean, I'm all about being a little self-indulgent, but he's literally, I think he just wants to become a streamer. You know, just become a Kirby Air Riders streamer, bro. Like, you're clearly god tier at the game. You know what you're doing. You designed a great product. I think this is the beginning of his streaming career. I would watch him. He said that was close. That wasn't close at all, bro. Alex over here on Twitch says, tell that to me who bailed on the brand entirely, who's been with them since Halo co-op when I was a child. Yeah, I think people are waking up to the reality. You keep and saying I'm doom and gloom. Yeah, I'm doom and gloom. I'm reading freaking headlines. How dare I? How dare I be so doom and gloom about Xbox?
リースターと左右で向きを変えるハンドルスターという2種だけでした。今回はその選択はオプション的に選べるようにして全マシンとライダーが使えるようになります。変更はゲーム開始時かポーズメニューオプションにて。
If you're going to criticize this guy, then why cover this? Be nicer and do your normal thing. I'm laughing and having a giggle. I said he's great and really good at the game. You're clearly driving a narrative. You're one of those guys from Twitter that, like, I said when I stopped playing Ninja Gaiden, I said they're going to claim I rage quit. And then they did. Like, you guys are so predictable. Be nice? I'm joking around, you sensitive little child. Listen, see if there's a preschool accepting people that are, you know, not able to handle a little bit of banter. That's where you should probably spend your days. You're too soft for the internet, okay? Joking around and having a laugh. And he's like, be nicer. Just put Mr. Rogers on loop. That's all you can handle. You're too sensitive. Like, did you guys honestly think I was saying that my genuine opinion was this guy wanted to stream himself playing the game, or could you tell that I was joking?
逆に今前作をプレイするとそのコースの狭さにびっくりしてしまいますが、対戦において今回はそれぞれのスイッチ2で専用画面が持てますから、画面がスクロール追従します。 R スティックでカメラをある程度いじれます。コース全域を画面に入れることもできます。全員で同じ画面を共有して1画面プレイもできますね。前作発売当時よりもテレビのサイズが上がっているので小さい表示でも無理のない環境もできるかも。オンラインでは最大8人まで同時プレイできますが、大体推奨されるのは4人ぐらいですね。自由にしてもらえれば良いですけれども、オフライン
Yeah, this probably runs, I would think this runs at a solid 60 fuzzy. Guys, do me a favor and hit the like button. The last couple times we've covered Nintendo Directs, it hasn't gone that well. I should have looked at the history. I like covering stuff like this with you guys, but when it's not showcase season, we tend to not get the greatest results. But I think we've got something to talk about after this. It'll be a good time. You think this looks better than Mario Kart World? This looks more like it's going to be a jam-packed game. Like, there's just going to be so much to do. I mean, they didn't even show us this last time. You know, kiddie games. Well, I mean, calling it a kiddie game, you know that plenty, and I mean plenty of adults are looking forward to and will buy this game, right? Like, that's not how these games work, man.
シティトライアルと3つのゲームともオンライン対応しているので、まあ大変だ。
Oh, they can all work online.
遊ぶ軽めのゲームをお楽しみください。たまにはこういうゲームがあっても良いのではないかな。ウェライドは同じ画面で多人数戦しやすいです。そしてエアライドやシティトライアルは画面分割プレイにも対応しています。これらはスイッチ2が1台あれば遊べますが、コントローラーを確保できにくいですよね。だけどご安心ください。スイッチ2ではスイッチのコントローラーが使えます。プロコンはもちろんジョイコンも取り出して同期を取ればそのまま使うことができます。またスイッチ2で使えるゲームキューブコントローラーがあります。昔ながらを楽しみたい方はこちらもどうぞ。あと余談ですが、エアライドやシティトライアルでは2人画面なら縦横分割を選ぶことも可能です。
It's interesting they didn't have a he didn't have a Japanese word for GameCube. Thank you for the single gifted mic on the mic, bump on the line to 305. Okay, so you've got Air Ride, Top Ride, and City Trial. So everybody I've spoken to about this game has basically said that City Trial is it. City Trial is all that matters, right? I got a guy, the youth pastor at my church. I'm not kidding you. He might be here right now. He might actually be here right now. He loves this game. Like, he was talking to me about, like, he used to play it all the time. Anytime him and the boys would be playing it, it'd be the City Trial. He's like, that's where it's at. And I told him, I said, it's like a meme in our channel now that, like, we laugh about it. You know, it's going to be game of the year. I have to say, for fans of this game, this has got to be great because they're clearly just pouring on the value. There is so much game here, so much content. I could see my kids playing this a bunch. I could see my kids, you know, never wanting to put it down and wanting to go into all these different places. Try translating what he's saying without looking at the subtitles. Right, so here you're able to jump off and jump onto another Air Rider, and this one features 3 jets, which means you explode faster. So, and then this one has wheels on it, which makes it, you know, a little bit faster because of the wheels. This guy's wearing pajamas, so he's going to put this tree to sleep with a sleeping pill. There you go. I'm getting pretty good at Japanese.
世界の人々と遊べるオンライン機能について簡単に説明します。まず何をするにしてもライセンスを作ります。これはオンラインで自分自身を表す免許証。実際の免許証と異なり好きなようにデコレーションできます。 素材はキラキラを入れたりシールを自由に貼れたりして
Zinthos says, meme, I thought we were dead
上の句
serious.
下の句を組み合わせて通り名も作れます
Let me pause the thing that nobody likes. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Try to get us to 100 likes really quickly.
オンラインにおけるお友達などとの合流場所になるのがパドックです。いわゆる専用部屋。こうなります。楽しげですね。
Bear says, what am I saying? If there was an option for English audio, this poser would pick the Japanese audio option. That's right. I want authenticity in my Nintendo Directs. I do!
駐機場があったりしますけれどここではプレイヤーが集まり対戦のセッションを組んだり簡単なやり取りができます誰かがレースやセッションを立てたらそこに入っていく仕組みですショートカットでメッセージを送れるのですが基本的には L スティックと R スティックに対応しています L スティックを傾けてカテゴリーを選び R スティックでその中から選ぶ
I mean, they're really, really excited about this game if they're showing you how to do the emojis, boys. Expedition 33 is in so much trouble. How are Expedition 33, Yote, and Kingdom Come Deliverance supposed to compete? It's not fair. That's right.
あらかじめマシンとライダーを決めておくと良いです。なお、参加待ちの時はパドックの中で好きにしていて良いです。準備が整ったらお呼びがかかります。大型モニターを見るのも、ケーキの上に乗るのも自由。流れる音楽を変えることもできます。それらとは別にコピー能力を紹介しておきます。
Game of the generation, for sure. It's a massive roster, though. I think during the last Kirby Direct, that was something we remarked on, is like they just kept new character, new character, new character, new character. Yeah. Is this going to be $80? I don't know. The market's not been very receptive to the $80 thing. Like, even Xbox had to back off. Like, I thought they just backed off Outer Worlds 2, but they backed off $80 entirely. I don't know. Nintendo does what Nintendo wants, but that would feel pretty bold to walk out and be like, oh yeah, this is $80.
どのあたりの実力層とマッチングをするのかを示すのがクラスです。なお、ライセンスには世界勝利力という数値がついていますが、勝った数が全ユーザーのうちのどのぐらい上になるのかを表します。30万と表示されていたら30万人より上。ただしこれは世界戦闘力ではありません。勝率や強さではなく、単に勝利した数をもとに計上していくものです。遊べば遊ぶほど確実に高くなっていくもので、クラスとは関係ありません。で、クラスというと C とか A とかランクがあるものが一般的ですが、本作エアライダーでは色になっています。虹の7色です。これはランクの上下というよりも、ご自身が楽しく遊べるためのちょうどよくする色分けだと思ってください。高ければ偉いというものでもないのです。ただ、クラスを高めると街に多少の変化が起こりやすくなるかもしれません。エアライド、ウェライド、シティトライアルのそれぞれにクラスがあることにご注意を。
It's insane to me to think that, like, there are games like this that are sort of out of the frame for a lot of you, and myself included, and it's likely going to be so popular that, like, they have to have a ranking system to be like, we want players to have a good time, like, you know what I mean? There's gonna be there's gonna be some sweaties and some Kirby Air Riders, boys. Stop crying about how much it's not going to cost. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Well, who put a bee in your bonnet? We're all just talking, man. Jiminy Christmas. Some of you guys should have a cup of coffee before coming to the stream. My lord. I'm here and I'm angry about everything. Okay.
今回それらの曲を楽しむことができないのかできますけどあっさり白状しましたけどこういうのを作ってみたんですけど
Okay, I'm telling you, he needs to stream. He needs to stream. He's great. He's so charming. I don't even know what he's saying half the time because I'm not reading the subtitles. I'm just looking at him. I'm like, all right, you're a cool guy. What are you saying? I missed it. I wasn't reading. Maybe consider taking up smoking. That's what I'm saying. These guys are waking up on the wrong side of the bed. You know? Hey, a 5-bomb comes in from Rissick and takes us to 310. We're 15 away from me owing you guys some members. You're impressed with what you're seeing? They have so much game that they are doing 2 directs for this game. And this one's like an hour long. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot. And Alex comes in with a 5-bomb for purple. It's now 7-6 between the 2 platforms. YouTube leads by 1. I'm confused. Isn't this just Mario Kart? That's like watching a Mortal Kombat trailer and being like, isn't this just Street Fighter? Homie, no. Hey, they're tag teaming over there on Twitch. Thank you so much, Wired Rope. He brings in a 5-bomb, and he takes the lead away from YouTube. We're now 5 away from me owing you guys a member. It looks like maybe... Hang on. Rissick did a single. Wait, hang on. I can't tell what's going on. It's so delayed with my combo chat. Alex, did you gift the single? Okay, Alex gifted a single. Rissick gifted a single. We're at 322. Okay.
昔の絵のままではさすがに厳しいでしょうから思い出補正も効いているでしょうから昔のものだと耐えられないかもしれませんし
And a 5-bomb comes in from Joker Quinn. The Ruiner becomes the one to secure the gifted.
入手条件は簡単めにしておきます
Are these the kind of games you enjoy? I'll play a game like this with my kiddos or my wife for like a little bit. I tend to enjoy action-adventure games, open-world games. My wife and I are really enjoying playing Painkiller in the evenings together. It's like co-op Doom. It's so frickin' fun. We're waiting on a Borderlands 4 patch. We're like 40-something hours into Borderlands, and I keep having problems. Although I wonder if the crashes had something to do with my system cache. My PS5 Pro last night was taking forever to like get off of the login screen. It did that the other night. So I booted it in safe mode and cleared the cache, and then it seemed to fix it. So maybe that's why I was crashing in Borderlands. I don't know. So, yeah. Those are the kind of games I like. I like games like this with my family, my kiddos or my wife. Like, I'm not going to, like, sit down by myself and grind Kirby Air Riders. What's gonna happen? It's a co-op thing. It only ever happened when I fast traveled. It was really, really weird. I would fast travel and it would crash. Someone's got the Kirby T-shirt. I do have a Kirby T-shirt. I'm not currently wearing it. Here, I owe you guys
Only
a member.
ever happened when I
Oh
fast
gosh,
travel.
I've got the frickin' browser not muted. Sorry.
最後に出たメガキャノンは構えている時に向きを変えられます。狙って狙って発射。アイテムはパワーアップが入った青コンテナ、攻撃アイテムが入った緑コンテナ、コピーの元が入った赤コンテナがあります。そして新登場のレアコンテナより儲かります。番外編として
Outer Worlds 2
どこかで見
reviews
た
are
人がい
hitting.
ます。コンテナを壊すにはクイックスピンなどでパッドを左右にガチャガチャすると出せます。そして赤コンテナからは伝説マシンのパーツが出てくることがあります。伝説マシン来ましたね。これどこかの大乱闘ゲームでおなじみのやつですが、エアライドが先ですのでパーツを3つ集めると合体して伝説マシンが完成します。空の支配者ドラグーン。
Yeah, it looks like it might fall out of the 80s, Corey, because it's very early. Open Critic is a 79, Meta's an 85, but like as time goes on, it'll probably drop. I bet you it drops out of the 80s. We'll see. I don't know if we'll be able to do that today. Maybe I could do that on the fly and record it or something. I don't know. We'll see.
めちゃくちゃに強いマシンです。専門分野なら負けなし。
Maddie's loving it. That's not surprising to me. It seemed like it was going to give Maddie what he really likes, because he obviously was pretty disappointed in Starfield, and Outer Worlds 2 looked like a nice answer to a lot of the things that he likes in those games.
そして次に説明するチーム戦を使うとより集まりやすくなります。
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad score. I think the people that are looking for Outer Worlds and that kind of RPG style are going to like it. I think the rest of the world's going to be like, nah, that's for a lot of us, it's just not our cup of tea.
勝てる確率は2分の1。伝説のマシンパーツはチーム間で共有されるので合体しやすくなりますね。最後に拾ったチームメンバーが登場します。チーム戦の場合、最後のスタジアムは必ず統一されます。スタジアムは8人までの入場ですから、10人以上で戦う場合、2つのスタジアムに分かれて総合得点で決着をつけます。それぞれのメンバーが普通に4つのスタジアムから選ぶようにすると、チームメンバーだけが全員同じ競技に入るなどの談合ができるので。
The original Outer Worlds got like a right down the line 85 pretty much across the board, Zubair, on Metacritic. So Outer Worlds 1 looked like it may end up scoring a little bit better. Slightly, not by much.
飛行マシンや飛行に有利な能力を使えばなんとか届くかもしれま
I
せん、ね。
just paused the thing that nobody likes. Y'all make sure and hit that like button. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on that. That's why I keep looking up, because I'll miss it when they turn it back on.
「ちょっと変わったライダーをご紹介しておきます。タランザは壁に糸を張って加速できます。壁を狙ってグイと引っ張るという。略してロロララ。クイックスピンをすると2人の前後入れ替えられます。性能の差はなし。 放射時も仲良し。
Deroach?
近接攻撃すると相手のコピー能力を奪うことができます。いただき。スペシャルを使うと姿を隠しますが、この時にもコピー奪いができます。さらにライダーがいます。これで新紹介のライダーは最後。
Rocky. This music is so cloying and happy. I hate it. Okay, my daughter is gonna lose it when she sees that hamster character. She's gonna friggin' lose it. My daughter loved Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I wish my kids would stop playing Fortnite and start playing games like this again where they complete things. They just love those mini games in Fortnite. They love them. Like, she played a Bob Ross game. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's all their friends play it too, so like they have something to talk about.
マシンの中でも特に変わり種を説明しておきます。その名も変身スター。滑空ができるスター型と走行有利なバイク型、それを合わせてみたら変身。クイックスピン、つまりいわゆるレバガチャでスター型とバイク型を切り替えられます。何よりかっこよし、より高度なコース攻略が楽しめますね。他のマシンも紹介します。前作からそうでしたが、今回もライダー自身は喋りません。まあキノコとか謎の生き物とかいますし、マシン主体のゲームであれこれ叫ばれるのもうるさいですしね。ただマシン
Thank you. Overwatch 2 is amazing for 34 months. Are you going to buy the Ally X to review it? No, I have no desire for a device like that. I don't own a Steam Deck or anything like that. Even my Switch 2s generally are docked. I almost never play on the go. I don't travel like I used to, so I don't really need something like that. If I did travel like I used to, I would just take my Switch 2 with me. I think it's a better handheld for me personally. The device that they have in the ROG Ally X would suit my needs if I didn't have a Switch 2, but like I would just take my Switch 2 and play like Zelda or something. How long is this direct? We're about halfway through, and no, I'm not kidding.
Kirby Warp Star
女性声優は大本真紀子さん。
カービィワープスター。
どちらもカービィゆかりの声優さんですね。ゲームを彩ってくれます。そしてコピー能力。コピー能力の読み上げはカービィ自身が喋ると変なので今までなかったのですが、アナウンスならいいアクセントになります。なおロードトリップにおける語り部もしてくれます。これはゲーム内アナウンスとは別に設定できます。
ロロロアンドラララ。
ネオシャン
ボムラガン。
Despegue
ビッタリアトターレ。
Metamorphoster
3、2、1、ボーン。シャー。
ハイアメマイク
いけた。
エアライドやウエライドではタイムアタックやフリーランがあります。 順位がなく自分の記録に挑むためのモードですね。タイムアタックは決められた周回数でゴールするまでの時間を競うもの。敵を倒した時の加速なども活かせ
The
ます。
price is the only thing holding you back. I mean, the Switch 2 is just such a great price for a handheld. Like, there's been a lot of people that have talked about how, like, it hasn't really been talked about enough how the Switch 2 is such a good handheld. Like, and again, if you're wanting to play particular games, it's fantastic. If you're really wanting to push and get graphics and all of that, like, obviously the Switch 2 is not designed for that, but it's a very, very good handheld.
大きな個性がありますが、それぞれのマシンで同じようなラップでクリアできるような調整をしていません。バトルや飛行も含めた長所と短所があります。タイムはあくまで一つの側面、ゲームで勝てるかどうかはまた別です。なので各コースの記録はマシン別で取れるようにしています。
Why do the courses look so barren? Are you being sarcastic? I felt like that course had stuff
また
all over it.
オンラインでのタイム競争もしませんし、世界の記録を見られるようなところもありません。タイムアタックは自身との戦いだと思っていただければと。シティトライアルにはドライブモードがあります。制限時間なし、スカイを無目的に走るだけのモードですが、これはこれでなかなかの楽しさ。地下駐車場にはずらりとマシンが並び、自由に乗り換えできます。これは壮観。今回ポーズメニューから好きなマシンを配車できるようになりました。今風ですね。またフライトワープスターというドライブ専用のマシンがあります。これは飛行性能を極端に高めたワープスター。空を飛んでるだけで気持ちいい。おまけにスモークを焚けるようにしました。スペシャルボタンで出すことができ、空に軌跡を描きます。
It always looks like there are not a lot of moving things. It's a style though, right, AOZ? The game is so fast when you're on the course. I don't know if you need to have the course littered with stuff because you're going so fast past everything.
これはどんなモードでも使えます。
Don't get a PC handheld for performance, you get it for the library. Yeah, I guess that's true. A PC handheld really isn't ideal for performance either, but if you were like, oh man, all these little indie titles like Karate Survivor and Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, then yes, the ROG Ally X or like a Steam Deck would make more sense. The Switch 2 is just... there's just such an armada of great content on it. Just the two Zeldas with their updates, their upgrade packs. Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, Metroid's coming this year. Kirby Air Riders is coming. Like, it's pretty stacked with games that would keep you busy for quite a while, I think. So, like moving obstacles and stuff. Yeah, there's also 3 different ways of playing, right? There's Air Ride, Top Ride, and then there's City Trial. So this is City Trial. You'll notice it's a little slower and there's a lot more going on. So City Trial is what most people that are fans of the franchise enjoy, interacting with. The average profit margin in the video game industry in recent years ranged between 17 and 22. The new goal hasn't been previously reported is at the outer range. A 30% or better margin is usually reserved for a publisher that's nailing it. That's crazy that Amy... That's what we're going to end up talking about today.
スタジアム種を自由に選んでそれだけ遊ぶこともできます。多くのスタジアムは1分程度で決着します。さらに短く遊べて良いですね。パワーアップ段階は固定。おおむねエアライドと同じになります。それとは別にシティトライアルではスタジアムスイッチによって苦手なスタジアムを切ることもできます。スピード勝負縛りで遊ぶなんてこともできますね。いくつも種類がある場合、細かく出現させなくすることもできます。
Wait, what are you guys getting bugs on, Zubair? Are you just trying to type in chat and you're getting error messages, or is the video itself messing up? Scottfree says, did you get an error message too? What kind of an error message are you guys getting? Oh, just typing in a message video is fine. Okay. How's the Game of the Year frontrunner shaping up? It's looking great.
あと一つ特別なスタジオも紹介しなければ。ボスバトルです。前作でバーサスデデデというスタジアム種がありました。バイクに乗ったデデデにかなり手を焼いた方もおられると思います。
Man, they were really cooking on the GameCube. They had some really good games back then. That's GameCube for some people. They didn't like it that much, but they had some good games.
用意しました。ライダーが乗れるものではないけれど、生かす変形マシンを作ってしまいまして。メカデデデ。
Roboデデデ。
デデデ型と車型に変形します。ボスバトルは参加者全員でボスを倒す遊びになります。勝利に向かってみんなで頑張れ。ボス戦においては相手をロックオンしてカメラを向けることができます。
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna mess with Mario Kart hat again, because I feel like Kirby and Mario are very like parallel to each other. People like both.
そしてロックオン時の操作を上ライドと同じ形式で2通りから選ぶことができます。ポーズメニューからも変えられますのでお好みで。ボスの位置はロックオンしていた方が分かりやすいですが、周囲のアイテムを拾うときには一時ロックオンを
I feel
解除
again,
した
I
方が
just keep
拾いや
seeing
すい。
nothing but fun for me and my kiddos. Like that's what I see in this game. I feel like we would end up putting more time into this than we did in Mario Kart. Our issue with Mario Kart is it felt like just more Mario Kart, which is great if like you're a huge Mario Kart fan. But they moved on from Mario Kart after about, I think they get to play once a week, right? I think about 3 weeks they were good. So, you know, that's pretty good. I mean, they got a lot of time out of it and they played a lot of the courses and they go back to it and they really like the open world stuff in Mario Kart. That's one of their favorite things to do. They'll love this game. I feel like they would play this game for more time than Mario Kart.
ある程度の目的意識を持って遊びたい人はこれをチェックしてみると良いですね。マスがめくれるとその隣接するお題の内容がわかるので。
Eastside Vandal says, Corey, is that 30% thing just another Xbox bad rumor? Press X to doubt. If you're going to doubt Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, because that's who's reporting this, I think you're forcing that. This guy has done a very, very consistent, you know, he's got a very consistent Rolodex of clear, reputable information. This is not some doom and gloom rumor.
マシンやライダーはオンラインでしか得られないようなものはありませんのでご安心を。なお開いていないマスをつついて直接お題にチャレンジできるようにもなりました。クリア条件を満たせる組み合わせですぐに挑戦できるということ。ゲームに目的が欲しくなった時リアチェッカーを使ってみてください。クリア条件が難しい場合 自由にルールをいじって有利にしても構いません。まっとうに挑むのも良いですが、ちょっとしたズルも OK です。それも遊び手の工夫かなと。
No matter what people say about Nintendo, I have the most fun playing their games as a 35-year-old. If the Switch 2 was my only system, I would still be playing some of the games. Like I would. There's so many games to play. I just don't have time. Like my wife and I would be playing Donkey Kong, but my wife and I were playing it co-op, and it just got kind of boring because she could just obliterate everything. I plan to go back to Donkey Kong and play it by myself, and I plan to play Tears of the Kingdom. I just need the gaming's release schedule to slow the frick down a little bit.
なお、同じライダーを複数入手できることがありますが、これは2人目以降でカラーバリエーションを増やしてくれます。そしてマシンも複数手に入ります。同じマシンがあってどうするのかというと
This is a heck of a sentence, Eastside Vandal, to type into sincerely mean. You said, at this point, I don't believe anything about Xbox unless I hear it directly from Phil, Sarah, or their marketing team. You can't be serious. Like, that reads like a joke, brother. They're the most misleading bunch. Why would you believe them? They're the ones that have been misleading you. Oh my, you can't be serious. I'm not going to believe anything about Xbox unless it comes from the people who've consistently misled the public about the brand? And the marketing team? You're going to trust the marketing team over Jason Schreier at Bloomberg? Like, what is that even? That doesn't even make any sense.
「デコレーションしたマシンは俺マシンと言います。柄、デカール、アクセサリー、エフェクト。
Wired Rope says they're not going to believe any of the news organizations they've been hurt so bad. It's like all the people calling the Yote sales into question. Some guy was like, well, I would only trust it if PlayStation said it. It's like, you wouldn't frickin' trust it if PlayStation said Yote sold well. You'd said that they were lying. You know, reputable sales reports are coming out. And they're like, no, Yote's a flop. It's the same energy. It's like, I'm not going to trust any of the data, information, corroborated stories, insiders. None of this. I'm going to trust Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. The frick?
いうものがあります。これは誰かがデザインしたマシンをマシンごと変えるもの。
Okay, hang on, creature. I'm looking, creature.
売れれば売れるほど値上がりしていきます。誰かがデザインしたということは出品もできるということになりますね。オンラインの市場に出すことができます。これは出品してもマシンがなくなりません。反面売れてもお金が儲かるわけではありませんが、値段の変動は面白いですね。マシンを飾り付けられるのだからライダーも飾りたい、おしゃれしたい、そんな願いにお応えしてライダーの帽子も用意しました。これまた同じ帽子が多くのライダーに適用できるという力技。なんとも強引なところもありますが、それも味ということで。なおコピー能力の帽子をかぶるとそちらが優先されます。
I love
コピ
that.
ー能力はすぐになくな
I
る。
love that. Homie just says some of them might look like they're shoved in, but that's part of the charm. Like, he's just like, there's gonna be some clipping, y'all. Okay?
覚えておくと良いでしょう。ところで 折れマシンのデコレーションや帽子はどうやってゲットするのでしょう。いわゆるお金になるのがマイルです。ゲームで走っているととにかくマイルがたまります。走れば走るほど儲かります。放置プレイは効きませんけど。これはマイルショップで使えます。マシンやそのデコレーションパーツ、帽子、ライセンスカードのデコレーション、サウンドなどなどいろんなものが売っていますが、マシンの性能を上げるようなものは売っていませんのでご安心を。そしてもう一つ、マイルでは買えない収集要素があります。グミです。マシンの形のグミがありますね。全種類のマシンがあります。これはオンラインでは対戦して誰かに勝つと、つまり順位が上回るとライバルが乗っていたマシンのグミを一つずつもらえます。ゴールすると下位の人からグミが飛び出してますね。オンラインしない人のために一人用でも少しずつもらえることになっています。で、手に入れたグミは食べられはしませんがもてあそぶことができます。カービィっぽいカーソルがありまして、グミを発射したり吸い寄せたりソードで掘ったりとか、プラスボタンを押すとグミを眺めることもできます。普段意識していなくて良い様子ですが、おグミ持ちを目指してください。折れマシンを含むいろんなマシンを飾って楽しむことができます。ガレージには種類や広さもあったりして、パドックから人を招くこともできます。コレクション要素としてどうぞ。まず今回の作曲家は酒井翔吾さんと岩垂紀之さんです。酒井さんは前作担当の音楽家、岩垂さんは今回のメインテーマなどを手掛けていただいています。スマブラや新パルテラにも参加していただいていますね。そして今回シティトライアルにはスマブラでおなじみの折れ曲セレクトを実装しました。これはフィールドであるスカイアの音楽登場確率を決められるもの。お好みでいじってみてください。前作の音楽でも走れてしまうし、おまけ曲も少しはあります。なおサウンドテストももちろん実装しています。また前作同様、エアライドとウエライドのコース曲には通常曲と低確率で流れる裏曲を設定しています。今回の裏曲は登場シリーズが全て異なるというこだわりで作ってみました。任天堂ミュージックにも新たに曲を追加しましたのでお楽しみください。メニュー画面にも触れておきたいと思います。前回はこんな感じでしたが、今回はタッチがだいぶ、それはもうだいぶ異なります。こんな感じ。机の上をモチーフにしています。アナログ感があるタッチで良いですね。各ゲームモードにクイッと移動します。またカーソルには人形がついて回っていますね。公式アカウントのアイコンになっているものです。机上のアクリル板には項目のイメージや説明がありますから、 困ったら見てもらえればと。なお主要モードを引き立てるために格納していますが、右下にあるタブがとても大事です。中には今回説明した以上にいろんな要素が詰まっています。
I think something that Nintendo games don't get enough credit for is they take something that worked, that they know people liked, and they do not try to like reinvent the wheel or flip everything upside down on its head. They're just like, no, this is Kirby Air Riders, but better. This is Mario Kart, but better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they do this a lot. A lot of the studios and a lot of the IPs under Nintendo's watch. I think this is one of the reasons they really disprove so many notions about gaming. You know, Sarah Bond saying exclusives are antiquated. Yeah, sure, Jan. Whatever you say. Let's look at the success of Nintendo. Let's look at Yote sale charts after being in the market for 3 days. Like, the exclusives are antiquated, but like Nintendo is proving that false all the time. I think a lot of the times people also, get hung up on, oh, they're games for kids, or oh, they're the graphics or whatever. And it's like they don't try to reinvent the wheel. They're just like, yeah, this is a great game. We know people like it. Here is this game again, but better. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Nintendo's existence is just such a shining beacon in a landscape of false narratives, and they destroy all those narratives. And what's funny is anytime somebody's trying to push a narrative about exclusives or about graphics or about games for kids or whatever the other dumb frick thing people say now, Nintendo's like this shining beacon. And you know what they always say when they're pushing their false narrative? Oh yeah, well, Nintendo's going to do whatever Nintendo wants. No, Nintendo's an existing repudiation of your false narratives. Like everything they do, their games, their outlook, the way they handle their IPs is such a refutation of so many of the false narratives that exist in the gaming space right now.
画角を変えられたりとか、カメラの設定と併用し合うものを探してみてください。
Yeah, like people poo-poo sequels all the time, and Nintendo's like, hold my beer. You like the first game? Here's another one. Right, Corey. アクセシビリティの項目からセットで選ぶこともできます。 That's my issue with Nintendo. They don't innovate enough. They've always played safe. Nothing wrong with that. Can you call it playing it safe when they make buckets of cash? Are they playing it safe or are they playing it smart?
ゲーム中 R スティックでカメラを動かせますが、ガチャガチャと多用しないことをお勧めします。酔いやすくなりますので。カービィのエアライダーのアミーボが発売になります。今までにないパターンのアミーボになりました。これスマブラカービィのアミーボですが、エアライダーのアミーボはこれでかい。サイズが違いますね。こっちにバンダのワドルリーも出しちゃいますけど。
I love this guy. I absolutely adore this man.
ライダーを
でかい。
乗せ替えられてマグネットでがっちりです。
Oh gosh.
マシンとライダーの組み合わせがゲーム中に登場し、
he is like a walking hug. You know what I mean? He's just so pleasant and nice. I love him. Protect this man at all costs.
なおトップメニューにいた瀬戸物のカービィもアミーボを読み込ませると切り替えることができます。もちろんマシンとライダーは読み込んだセットにできます。しかしこんなに豪華な仕様だとあんまり種類は作れないだろうななんて思うところもあるのですが。
These are gonna be so hard to find. They're gonna be so hard to find. I'm not even a fan, and I feel impulse. I feel a magnetism to something that I have zero attachment to. Like, I did not grow up playing Kirby Air Riders. We were a Mario Kart house, and I'm here to tell you, I feel a magnetism to this product, and I have no history with it. You are not going to be able to find these, okay? These are gonna be insane.
本当に作るの？これは驚き。こんな時代が来るとは前作制作時には考えつかなかったですけれども、22年前か。なおタンクスタープッシュすると形態が変わるのですが、付け替えて楽しむこともできます。これが設置形態。こうしてこうすると、これが滑走形態。ホバーで走るんですね。
They look like Happy Meal toys. I don't know if you've gotten Happy Meal toys recently, but those do not look like Happy Meal toys. Those are big and quality. Happy Meal toys are usually pretty
カ
small.
ービィもデデデもワドルディもスターマンもこぞって旅を始めるのですが、なんで？ここで旅立ちのきっかけとなるオープニングを見てやってください。どうぞ。
From out of the sky, air ride machines rained down like shooting stars.
And killed millions.
They were found in all shapes and sizes, but with no ability to move on their own. However, if someone touched them and shared their will, the engines sprang to life, and they were able to move with incredible speed. These individuals were called riders. Soon, vehicle and rider pairs were a common sight, partnering up for everyday travel, as well as thrilling races. One day, some riders noticed their vehicles were acting strange. They were looking somewhere far away. If you wish to go there, let's go. But what awaits these riders and machines at the end of their journey toward the unknown?
エアライドマシンってこんな感じで生まれていたの？発表ムービーでカービィがワープスターを叩いていましたよね。昭和のテレビのような直し方だと言われましたが、あれは壊れたものを叩いて直しているのではなかった。降り注いできたマシンを捕まえ、あたかも天下スパークのように、バイクのキックのように石をつぎ込んでいたわけです。意味があったのですね。マシンとライダーが一つになって繰り広げられるちょっと変わった旅路。誰もが主役です。大王も騎士もホックもキノコも誰でも最終地点に向かうことができます。これは反生命体ゾラ。意志を持つけど動けず、気が遠くなるほどの長い時間を過ごしたゾラの願いを中心として運命が動きます。お後は本編をお楽しみに。カービィのエアライダーのいろいろご紹介してきました。ボリュームでかいな。私のチャンネルと地続きでの制作となりましたが、前作比10倍以上の工数がかかってると思います。今時のゲームを作り形にするにはびっくりするほど労力がかさみますね。しかし価値あるものができたと思うので、ぜひ楽しんでもらえればと思います。今回このゲームを制作することになったのは、やはりファンの熱い声援が大きかったのだろうと思います。ゲームを作るのには時間もコストもかかりますから、必ずしも叶うとは限りません。そんな中、前作が支持されたことも、それにより多くの人の力により今作を作り得たことも感謝しております。なお DLC の販売は予定していません。ここにあるものが全てです。またシリーズを重ねるつもりもありません。最初から本作は全力投入のつもりです。この機会をお見逃しなく。今回ご紹介する中には発売日の更新により実装される要素もあるので、パッケージ版を入手したらすぐにオンラインアップデートなどをお願いします。ぜひ楽しんでください。それでは。
He is great, and I love him. And I've I feel like I've only just met him. Is Kirby gonna sing? I feel like we're in for a musical performance or something. They're gonna open their eyes. See, I knew it. When you've been doing this long, chat, you can kind of see these things coming, you know. Yeah, golly, frick. Online demo event on the way. Oh, okay. November 8th, 9th. And that's that. All right. Well, that was fun. We gotta get into this Xbox thing though. I hate pivoting, but the thing that I have prepared for Arc Raiders is not time sensitive. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me here. I'm gonna have to set this up. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I want to use this redirect tool though, because there is so many people here. So let me do that. Let me make sure I have everything I need though. I'm gonna have to kind of fly by the seat of my pants here. Because this Bloomberg thing dropped and nobody's going to want to talk about anything else. Xbox news. How do you spell his name? I always struggle with his name. I got it right first try. Okay. How do they spell that? Hang on. That'll leave for a bit. I don't think there's concern about Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, I don't think there's concern about Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 is got solid like 80 to 85 somewhere in there. Metacritic, OpenCritic, it's got a fine score. I'm typing everything up for the show. Okay. Yeah, the Nintendo Direct's over. Sorry, I'm like mega distracted. We had a planned show, and then this Bloomberg article dropped, and we would never talk about Arc Raiders today. All anybody's going to want to talk about is this Xbox thing, this Bloomberg article that basically confirms everything that I was saying last year, that Microsoft had killed Xbox, that you were basically going to be looking at that, you know, Microsoft, the era of Microsoft gaming is upon us. So we're gonna be looking at the article, reacting to it. Yeah. So what I need to do now is we're gonna use this tool to schedule the stream so that it redirects. But we're gonna jump into like a full-on show. Give me like 1 minute. Okay. All right. Let me get this set up. I need the article, though. Pull up the Linus video after. Linus's video felt like he was just retreading everything we had already covered. Or are you talking about something else? Like he is such a big channel. He can loop back on something like this, the Xbox stuff, and and it crushes. I didn't feel like it was anything new. It's in this DM. Oh, okay. Hang on. There's so much in the DM I'm not even seeing. Okay. I need to pull it up before he frickin' paywalls it. I'm kind of surprised it's not paywalled. All right. We're going to start with what is it? We'll start with his article. We'll just we'll basically just read it, and we'll just kind of react, and we'll just kind of go from there. I don't have prepared remarks. I don't have a prepared script, but we might even watch a clip from one of my videos that I put on Twitter this morning about this. So, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tool. It's going to say it's a members-only stream. It's not a members-only stream. It's just a really, really good way. It's just a really, really good way to redirect you guys. So just ignore the fact that it says members only. That's not true. Okay. Let me save this image. All right. I got to change all the info about it. Okay. Monetization has to be on. Okay. I knew that was too big. Your thumb's too big, creature. I knew that was too big. I just had a gut feeling. I was like, this image is freaking enormous. Pause. Hey, yo. That's right. I don't have the ability to do anything to it. I can't shrink the image. Gaming news today. Click the timer at the top of the chat. Saw this message. Just making sure that's right. You said you weren't doing member-only videos anymore. Do the like I don't know how to I don't know what to do for you, Narwobble. I said this is not a members-only stream about 3 times. I said it's gonna say that it's not true. I'm just using it for the redirect purposes. You must have missed that. It's not a member stream. You must have come late. There's a new redirect tool, and sadly, whenever we use it, that's what it says. It's a smoother redirect. Did they get 30% from keepers? I think you mean keeper. Or you can look at the Outer Worlds reviews. I mean, maybe the big subject is the big subject is this article from Bloomberg that we're trying to cover. We're going to it in 5 minutes. Got distracted by work? No, you're fine, Narwaffle. It was just funny because, like, I stressed so much that it wasn't members only, and then you put that in the Discord, and I was like, I said it like so many times. Okay, here we go. Let's make this a public stream. Let me set up customization so that it's featured. Okay. This is going to be very, very slapped together, y'all. Wait, is it not in the playlist? Hang on, it's acting like it's not in the Gaming News Today playlist. It should be. It should be right there next to it. I think I'm just dealing with a caching issue in the browser because it's not showing up. All right, 4 minutes, and it's just gonna. I will put a link in chat, but hang on. You shouldn't need it. It should just take you with me. Yeah, Tim Dog knew about this thing with the CFO and Microsoft and all that. Guys, make sure you're pressing the like button. I will give you a link. I'm going to send the tweet now so that it's out there in the wild. Got 3 minutes. All right, Discord, I'm going to give you guys an announcement. Some people weren't down with the Nintendo, and that's fine. Two minutes. Yeah, the playlist is still not showing properly. Let me see if it's right on my mobile. Okay, it's there on mobile, so it's just a caching issue in the browser, I guess. Outer Worlds is scoring a solid 3 to 4 points higher on Xbox than PC and PlayStation. I wonder why. It's a mystery. That is a mystery. That one's going to be hard to solve. All right, 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute, y'all. I'll put a link in the YouTube chat, and it'll be there if you guys need it. It should just redirect us. Now, remember, when it redirects, the like button's going to need pressed again. This is going to be a new stream, a thrown together stream. The last couple times we've done this, you guys have responded really positively to this. We did this when Mark Cerny sat down with AMD. We just pivoted to it and reacted to it. We've tried to be a little bit more willing to do this. In the past, I've not wanted to pivot because it can be a little raucous, but I think the live loyalists, the guys that are here every day for the live, I think you guys appreciate it more because you get the coverage right then instead of having to wait. So, Q&A will be open and ready only for members, even though the chat won't be members only. All right? Even though the chat won't be members only. You guys are the only ones who can submit questions. So submit your questions from the open. Yeah, I'm wearing an oldie but a goodie. Okay, so this is going to be a stream where I sit down and talk about something